This is my friend Jenny, and she's absolutely wonderful fisherwoman. She really is. She always catches something. So today I asked her whether she would come down, although it's sort of not a very nice day, is it? It's very stormy. But you said it's good fishing weather, didn't you?
Fishing weather because it's overcast.
Yeah, and the idea is Jenny catches the fish and then we'll clean it on the beach, bleed it and do all the nasties, and then take it up to the house and eat it. And it's the best way, no? It's to catch the fish and take it straight up and cook it. So what are you putting on the hook? Filters.
Sardines.
Oh, well, we could eat them. If we don't catch any fish, we'll eat the bait. Oh, Jenny, do I have to pull you?
No, I hope not.
Oh, wow. How exciting. Where is it? Gosh, you put a lot of... No. It's coming. Pull, 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 pull. Oh, here it is. Whoa! Look at it. Mamma mia, look how beautiful. I'll grab here. Look at this. That is beautiful. Jenny, that is really nice. What is it, a tailor? Is it? Look at this, Jenny. The champion, I told you she would. No. Look at this, isn't that beautiful? The color is, I just love this color. What, another one? You are amazing, honestly. Look at this. And this is another one, because we killed the first one. So it's not a redone. Wow, another tailor. No, it's a little bit smaller. She's got another one. I mean, Jenny, this is fantastic. Does it feel like another tailor? Does it? She's amazing, eh? Wow. Oh, that's a big one. Wow, you're an absolute champion. This is our first tailor that we caught. And you see, when you go to the fish market and you buy fish, to know that it's really fresh, you see the eye, how it's all really nice and fluffy. It's not sunken and it's not milky. So that's when you really know that it's super fresh. The salmon still has the gills inside. You see how red they are? And this is when you know that it's really fresh. So it's the eye, if they've taken the gills out. And that's the salmon. Isn't that beautiful? It's quite different. It feels different. The flesh is quite different. So it'll be interesting to cook it and see the difference. This one, actually, the salmons, they call it a neighbor fish. A neighbor fish is a fish that you give to your neighbor because they say it's not as good as, for instance, a tailor. But I think if you cook it straight away, I think it'll be fantastic. So we'll compare the two. Okay, so here we're back at the kitchen, and this is Jenny's wonderful catch, the two tailors and the salmon. And I actually caught one as well. I would like to show you my contribution, which is this beautiful but perfect little fish. And I think it might be a kingfish or a tuna or something like that. So anyway, I'm very proud of it as well. I had to find something. What I'm going to do is, we gutted the fish at the beach and bled it, and I left the scales on, and I'm going to bake them. So these two I'm going to bake, and this one I'm actually going to smoke. I take some paper towels and I'll just dry the tailors like that. And then with a knife, I just do 2 little cuts like this on both sides. So one side and then the other. Gosh, it's so beautiful, this fish. And then I found some wild fennel on the road, so I picked this, and it's beautiful because the fragrance is so strong. So I'm going to put a little bit in the stomach of the fish, and then a little bit on the actual tray where I'm going to bake the fish. So on this tray, I'm just going to lay out a little bit of fennel. And the second tailor, this is the big one, which is fantastic. It's so good. So again, I do two little cuts on both sides, and then I stuff it with the wild fennel, and that's really all it takes. If you like, of course, you can put any other herbs that you know are your favorites. I sometimes use bay, or you can use thyme. It just really is up to you what you like. Then I drizzle a little bit of olive oil, this over here, so you can see. So just a tiny little bit of olive oil, like this. And I don't salt it because the skin has the scales on, so I don't really need to salt it now. I will salt it later on when it's cooked. And now I'm going to put it in the oven, and the oven is about 200 degrees. I think this fish probably will take about 20 minutes, but I will just check halfway through. Okay. Now the fish has actually been in only 15 minutes, not 20, and I really think it's done. I'll just check. The way you know if it's done is if you push a knife into one of the cuts and it goes down very easily to the bone, then it's cooked. The little one for sure. No, I think that's perfect. I'm going to show you how easy it is to take the skin off the fish, and the reason why I like to leave the scales on, it's that it stays incredibly moist. And look, see, lift it off like that. Look how beautiful, and look at the moistness of the fish. Of course you can, in some fish you would like to have a crispy skin, and then you would scale them and cook them in the oven, but this one I just think it's perfect because it really keeps all the moisture of the fish inside. Look, how beautiful is that? So now all I would do is just put a little bit of salt and olive oil on it, and then I've got some preserved lemons that my daughter Miranda made for me, which go really nice with that, and I will show you later on how to make them. So this is our fresh caught fish, or Jenny's fresh caught fish, cooked in a really simple way, but it's just the best way. So buon appetito. We're going to smoke the fish, and Jenny, this is your beautiful salmon that you caught. Now, Greg did a wonderful job because he skinned it and filleted it. Look how beautifully he's done it. So what we do is, I have to MacGyver a smoker. So what I do is I use a baking tin, and I've put 4 egg cups which are wrapped in silver paper, otherwise they become totally black from the tea that I'm smoking the fish with. I mixed tea and sugar, and I made these tiny little boats that I'm going to sit inside this smoker, and I have 50 grams of Muscovite sugar and caster sugar, and I use 20 grams of tea. I use Earl Grey and Lepchuan tea because, have a smell. It's just a beautiful,
really smoky already.
Beautiful smell. So I'm filling these. When you put this whole tray on top of the oven, I'm putting it on the gas, it'll burn the sugar, and the sugar will start to release the smell of the tea, so it'll start really to smoke. And then I'm going to put this grill on top, so it sits on top, and that's why I have the egg cup, so that it doesn't fall down. I've cut some greaseproof paper, roughly the shape of the salmon. So the salmon sits like that on the top. And then I'm going to cover this whole thing with silver paper, and just to make sure that all the smoke stays in, because the whole house will be totally filled with smoke otherwise.
So if you didn't want to use it in smoke it inside, could you use a barbecue to do that?
That's a very nice idea. That actually, I think it would be better, because you're outside, the smoke goes straight up the chimney. As long as you don't have too high heat, it's got to be medium heat. So this is now going to go on top of the stove, and I have a long gas burner, which is absolutely perfect for this. So I'm going to set it on medium heat. It will take about 10 minutes for the smoke to start developing, and then depending on what you're smoking, maybe 20 minutes. How I'll do it is I'll put my hand on top, and once it's hot, the fish is hot, it means that it's done. Don't forget to turn on your extractor fans, because the alarm bells will go otherwise. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes roughly, and if I put my hand on top, it's really quite hot, so I think it's done. So let's have a look. And I'm going to smoke Jenny now. You're going to be totally smoked with this. So, yeah, be careful. Ooh, that looks nice, doesn't it?
It does.
That looks really beautiful. You see, it's still moist. It's not a dry. It won't be a dry smoked fish, but it's actually quite moist, and I really like it like that. So, and I think with the salmon, because it's an oily fish, it sort of makes it really good. And I think when you smoke things with fish, I think you use an oily fish.
It should be an oily fish.
It should be an oily fish, yes. I really do think so. It's actually quite simple. So we're going to try them tonight and see what
Would
they're
you
like.
eat it hot or cold?
I suppose you can do both. You can do both. I mean, cold, it always has a little bit more flavor.
Good.
All right. We'll try it later on.